Far out in the restless heart of the South Pacific, where the horizon stretches into a circle of endless blue, something extraordinary happens. A piece of the earth is born, lives a brief, violent life, and then quietly dies. Between the islands of Tonga, beneath the deep waves and swirling currents, lies a restless force, ancient and unseen. It waits in silence for years, perhaps decades, gathering its power in the dark chambers below the ocean floor. Then, without warning, it awakens. The sea begins to boil, the sky fills with ash, water explodes upward in columns taller than mountains. In that instant, the deep gives birth to land, a newborn island, hot and trembling, clawing its way out of the ocean's embrace. When it first rises, it is nothing more than smoke and stone, a steaming mound of black volcanic rock surrounded by foam. The sailors who witness it are struck by the raw power of the earth, by the way the sea hisses as if offended by the intrusion. Birds circle above, cautious but curious. The air smells of sulfur and creation. Scientists give it a name, Hunga Tonga-Hunga Haʻapai, after its two ancient neighbors that have seen this miracle before. To the people of Tonga, it is not just an island. It is a reminder that their ocean is alive, that the earth beneath their feet still breathes fire. In its first days, the island is dangerous and unstable. Waves crash against its edges, carving away at the soft ash and fragile cliffs. The black sands shimmer with heat. Steam rises from cracks in the ground, whispering secrets of the inferno below. But over time, the violence softens. The sea cools its fury. The wind brings salt and seeds. Gulls land on the new land, leaving droppings that contain life. Within months, the first green shoots appear. Tiny, defiant plants that take root in volcanic dust. Life, as it always does, begins again. For a few years, the island stands strong. From above, it looks like a crescent of dark earth surrounded by turquoise water, a thin rim of beach separating the living sea from the still smoking land. Satellite images capture its slow evolution, scientists visit and measure its growth, and stories spread across the world of the island that rose from nothing. It becomes a living laboratory, a chance to witness how life begins on a fresh piece of earth. Birds nest there, algae cling to its shores, even insects arrived, carried by the wind. It is a miniature world, a rehearsal for how planets might be born across the universe. But the ocean never forgets. What it gives, it eventually takes back. The waves return with renewed patience, licking away at the cliffs. Rain carves gullies down its slopes. The wind wears down its ridges grain by grain. Each storm steals a little more. The sea, eternal and patient, begins to reclaim what was once its own. From the sky, the island shrinks each year, its edges fraying into foam. The scientists who once walked upon its surface now can only circle it by boat, watching as the shoreline crumbles. Then, one day, it happens again. The earth stirs beneath. A deeper rumble, a violent roar from the underworld. On January 15, 2022, the volcano erupts with unimaginable force. It is not just a local event, but a planetary one. The explosion is heard across half the world, thousands of miles away in Alaska, Australia, and Japan. A plume of ash rises into the stratosphere, so vast that satellites can see it stretching across continents. The shockwave ripples through the air, circling the globe multiple times. Tsunamis race outward, small but powerful, touching shores that have never heard of Tonga before. When the smoke clears and the ash settles, the sea has swallowed the island once more. What was once Hunga Tonga-Hunga Haʻapai has been gone, buried beneath the waves. Only the water that now laps there is strangely calm, as if it knows what it has done. The island that once promised new beginnings has vanished into memory, its existence measured in just a few fleeting years. And yet, the story does not end there, for in the grand rhythm of the earth, disappearance is never final. Beneath the surface, pressure builds again. Magma pulses through unseen veins. The volcano still breathes, still dreams of the sky. One day, tomorrow, or 1,000 years from now, it will rise again. Another island will be born, different yet the same, a continuation of the same ancient heartbeat that has shaped this planet for eons. The people of Tonga know this. They live with the sea's moods, with its calm beauty and its fierce reminders of power. When they speak of Hunga Tonga, they speak with respect, not fear. It is not just an island that appeared and vanished. It is proof that the world is alive, that even in the quietest corners of the ocean, the planet still writes its own stories. Some say there is something deeply human in this cycle, the way the island rises, flourishes, and fades, only to begin again. Perhaps it mirrors us, our hopes, our struggles, our fleeting time above the surface before we return to where we began. The earth is not static. It breathes, it grows, it destroys, it renews. In the heart of the Pacific, an island is both a beginning and an ending, a brief moment in the endless story of creation. And if you were to fly over that spot today, all you would see is blue, a calm ocean hiding the memory of fire. But beneath that blue, deep within the crust of the earth, something stirs. It waits. It remembers. And someday, when the sea grows restless again, the ocean will split open, and from the depths, another island will rise to touch the sky.